So this is a video I didn't really want to make, especially since I love this show and I intend to cover this show, but I don't really know if I want to anymore. So if you don't know, I'm a big fan of the Disney show, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. It's based on a Marvel comic. It's a pretty good show. It's on Disney Plus. Really great show. But basically, it came out in the news recently that there was an episode about a girl who's trans playing volleyball, and Disney decided to pull it, and one of the artists involved claimed, I'm not really sure if this is true, I highly believe it's true, that essentially that they're removing and banning the episode because conservatives are super transphobic, and they think that because of the way the election went, it's not best to release the episode. Wow. If we needed more evidence that Disney is not on our side when it comes to these issues, which I never thought they were, I just think a lot of people still have this misconception that somehow this big company like Disney is on your side fighting for your rights. They don't give a flying fuck about you, and you need to acknowledge that. But I think it's just, it's insanity that this is happening, one, because this is a show, by the way, that they canceled. Okay, they canceled this show. The ratings clearly weren't that high, right? I'm not saying the show was unpopular. I think a lot of this show has a fan base. I think it is popular with that group of people, but it just wasn't as successful. Just because maybe I think if this show had debuted on streaming before television, the show would have been way more popular, but that's neither here nor there. The show is canceled, so what's the holdup, guys? Oh, a bunch of conservatives will get mad? Yes, newsflash, conservatives hate Disney. They hate Disney for just existing. They literally make up some of the dumbest reasons they hate Disney. I had a conservative literally tell me this, that somehow Disney's always been racist because you look at Bambi, see how the hunters are drawn villainous and they're all white? This is the shit that they say. They make this kind of bullshit up. It's just shit that they believe. So why are you catering to these people? Oh, because they won an election? Great. I'm sorry. Just because MAGA won an election does not mean the majority of country is fucking MAGA. They won an election because our party screwed up. Democratic Party didn't show up to vote, and we have to deal with that fact, and we need to work to do better next time. That's the reality. It is not that this country supports Donald Trump. It is not that this country supports MAGA. They clearly don't. The 2 times that we voted him in, there was a lack of voters. And that tells you everything that we need to know. So to cater to these people is just insanity. These hateful, evil, disgusting, deplorable people who are literally so anti this group of people that they're literally trying to pass laws in Congress for one person. They're trying to pass a law for one fucking person, while acknowledging that this one person that they're trying to pass a bathroom bill for has her own bathroom in her office and would rather not, actually is more than likely not often using the same restroom as them. So let's just think about the reality of what you're doing by banning this episode. It's just I haven't seen this episode. I've heard from people who have seen it. It's really good. I have no doubt it's really good. This show consistently put out great episodes of its show. But I just find it insanity that this is now where we're at. That because America screws up, votes in a fascist, that now we think we need to cater to them. We don't need to cater to them, because the majority of America does not support this bullshit. They just believe that somehow this guy would fix the economy. And that's not going to happen. But they believe that, so they voted him in. And now we have to clean up our mistakes and do better, which we will do in a few years. I have no doubt about that. But I just think that you need to, it's just insanity to watch big companies like Disney now go, we need to pander to those people. No, the fuck you don't. Like, fuck MAGA. And the worst part is, I want to not talk about this show anymore, right? But at the end of the day, I'm a fan of this show. I'm not going to do that, right? I'm still going to watch every episode that they put out and review it. I have a suspicion now that there's a possibility that Disney may never release the last season of the show, right? And the other thing is, too, I don't know if this character actually factored into the last season of the show in a way that you would need to see this episode. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur does have a lot of, like, silly one-off episodes, but it does also have a main story going on, so I don't know. But I just... what a disgusting thing that they've done here with this show. I mean, there's still time for Disney to reverse their decision, and hopefully this creates enough outrage and backlash that they will. Especially since, like, at most, the far right will complain about this show for like a week, and it will disappear. You know, nobody was watching that Proud Family reboot till the far right started complaining about it, really. And then it disappeared out of the conversation, you know? Like, so, clearly there isn't a problem here. You're just catering to hateful bigots. And the fact that you're catering to hateful bigots shows that you are a hateful bigot in yourself. All these people that made the decision to ban this episode, not release it, they are just as hateful as the people that they are trying to not cater to, but to not anger. They're just as bad as them. They're just as hateful as them. Because if you're worried about angering hateful people who are just hateful on principle, they don't even have to have a reason to hate trans people. They literally will just do it because they exist. They're just as bad as regular people who hate black people for no reason. They just hate them on principle. The kind of hate we're talking about is something deep within inside themselves, is something that they need to work out on their own, and we need to stop pretending that there's ways of fixing it or dealing with it. No, we just need to move the fuck on and ignore these people. And if these people get to the point where they do get violent or try to pass disgusting evil legislation, then we need to fight back. But for the most part, when it comes to like a fucking episode of television, goddamn, just release the shit and stop pretending that you need to cater to these people.